3 males in the parking lot deceased with multiple gunshot wounds. There's multiple shell casings out here. There were no witnesses, no cars, and at this point in time, no suspects. So we don't have any information about what occurred this morning. Like I said, there's multiple shell casings out here. Our homicide division is looking for surveillance footage. They're looking for evidence. They are looking for witnesses. So if anyone was out here and saw what occurred, please call 713-308-3600, our homicide division, or call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIP. Any information that can help us solve and find out what occurred today will be extremely helpful.
Some of the people out here told us that their vehicles were hit by bullets. Is that true?
Yes, at the time that this incident occurred, there were several cars in the parking lot. This parking lot was full, but as officers arrived, people immediately began to disperse.
Any idea what time the shooting may have taken place at? I know you got a call about 5:50.
Yes, we got the call at about 5:50, so we would assume that it was a little bit before that call dropped. Again, the call did not say anything about gunshots or firearms or anything like that. So we would assume it occurred a little bit before the call dropped.
Are there weapons over there at all?
Not that we know of at this time.
Have y'all had a chance to look at any surveillance video yet for any clues?
No, we have not.
And has a shooting occurred in this parking lot before? Some people were telling us that there's been shootings out here in the past.
Yes, there's been multiple incidents at this location. At this time, we don't know why. But yes, there has been a lot of activity in this parking lot.
So are there clubs around here?
Yes, there is a club in the parking lot, but we do not know at this time if this incident is related to the club.
Has there been issues at the club before?
Yes, in this parking lot, I can't specifically say if they've been related to the club, but there have been incidents in this parking lot.
But there weren't any witnesses that saw the shooting?
No.
What time did the call come in?
Approximately 5:50.
So was this an overnight club with businesses open at the time?
So there were businesses open. We do not know how this incident is related to the businesses in this parking lot.
Any idea how many shots were fired?
Multiple.
And how many vehicles were hit by bullets? Do you know?
We don't know.
So it's 3 found dead,
Yes, 3 deceased in the parking lot.
and these are men.
These are adult males.
Could you have the ages?
No.
You identify yourself who you
I'm Assistant Chief Chandra Hatcher with the Houston Police Department.
and any suspect information at all?
We don't have any suspect information. We are still canvassing the area looking for evidence, surveillance footage, or anything else that would help us identify what occurred tonight.
Have you guys talked to some people who were here at the time? Was there a lot of people here at the time?
There were no witnesses. Once we arrived at the scene, people immediately began to disperse. So we don't have any witnesses who saw the incident. Some heard gunshots, but no one saw what occurred.
So you were able to talk to some people who heard the gunshot?
Yes.
And they weren't able to tell you what direction it came from?
No.
So they basically heard gunshots and saw those 3 deceased men.
So all we know from the witnesses that we have talked to is that they heard gunshots. They have not said anything about seeing anything that occurred or anyone that was involved.
Okay, so they didn't even see?
No.
So where were they in the parking lot? Just on the floor, spread out
Yes.
together? Or
Yes, they're in the parking lot.
were they spread out or together?
In the same vicinity of the parking lot.
And they weren't inside a car when they were shot?
No.
Outside?
No.
And do we think they were someone shot from inside or outside of the car?
We have no idea what occurred at this point in time.
How much longer do you think that y'all will be out here?
We will be out here for several hours attempting to find surveillance footage and other evidence that may lead to this incident, attempting to get any information that will help us put together the pieces of what occurred last night.
What was the exact, what was said on the 911 call?
It was
Who called it in?
Yes, so there was a call from an individual who said there were persons down in the parking lot. There was no indication that there were gunshots fired at that particular time. All we know is that there were persons down laying on the ground in the parking lot. And when our officers arrived, they saw 3 deceased males with multiple gunshot wounds.
So they were already dead. There was no, they couldn't render aid.
No.
I mean, do you have any information about if they're targeted, if they were involved in anything that
No, all of that is still being investigated at this time.
So we don't know if this is isolated or there could be a threat to the public, or
We have no idea what's at this point. We have no additional information that would indicate that there's any threat to the community, but we are still trying to determine exactly what occurred to cause this incident.
so based off of witnesses hearing gunshots, are we worried that this active gunman could still be out there and cause harm to anyone else?
At this point in time, everyone has left the scene. Anyone that's involved is not here, so there is no indication that there's anyone attempting to do any harm to anyone else in the area.
How huge is it that you all find surveillance video in order to figure out what happened?
Anytime we can find surveillance footage, it absolutely helps our investigations, but it also helps for people to come forward. This parking lot was full at the time the incident occurred, so someone saw something. So if anyone saw something, please give us a call and let us know so we can help bring this incident to a conclusion.
You mentioned this was a trouble parking lot. You had calls here in the past.
Yes.
How do you reduce this type of crime from happening here? Is it you all, is it businesses? What do you do to try to prevent something like this from happening?
Well, definitely, we're going to follow up. We're going to look at the calls that occurred. We're going to reach out to our vice division. Our homicide division is out here. We're also going to work with the businesses in this area to see what information we can gather to help to determine what occurred today, but also how it's linked to incidents that have occurred in the past. But really, it helps when the community comes forward. When we can hold people accountable for causing incidents like this, it really does help us to prevent them from occurring in the future.
With it being these businesses being open just as late as they are, we talk about alcohol and just guns being readily available to anyone who can get it. Do you think that plays a part with these kind of things happening in this area and really lots of areas that have overnight clubs?
Well, I don't want to necessarily say it's all because of the club. It's the patrons that are attending and what's occurring. Again, we don't know what occurred. We don't know the history behind the complainants in this incident and the suspects. So we'll just have to do more investigating to find out exactly what contributed to this incident tonight.
Do they have ID on them, any of them?
At this point, we don't know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.